Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Katrin the Pegasus, and I'm back with another tour of my valley and Isle before the Storybook Vale update in a couple of days, which I'm so excited for. As you're about to see, some of my biomes have changed drastically since the last video, while others are the same. This is because I found new ideas that I thought work so much better, and with the new biomes coming with the DLC, and the floating islands coming as well, I'm trying to figure everything out. I already know I'll be using the islands to banish some characters, Scar and Vanellope, from my valley, because I really have nowhere to put them and I want them gone. But I will also be using them to make the builds for some characters that I always wanted to but couldn't without destroying builds that I love. But I digress. I hope you enjoy the tour, and please let me know what you all think. As usual, I will link the videos that inspired the builds, so you can see the original ideas that I used. Here we have my remodeled plaza. I have gone for a more city core aesthetic, and have based it off one of Nora's videos over a horrible gaming. I love how functional and beautiful everything is. It works well and really makes the plaza have the city vibe I was looking for all along.
Boy, howdy! This place is nifty!
I put the movie theater over in the top corner here near the apartments, because I thought it looked like an old neighborhood in the city that I've seen downtown before and think it works really well, while still giving me access to everything. Also, since I was finally able to place the apartment back into my valley, I will soon be posting the video series about the rooms I built for every villager that is inside the apartment, so look forward to that.
Look at all these poor, unfortunate souls. Pitiful.
I made a very natural back alley path here, so I can get from the meadow to the plateau easily from behind the restaurant, with the lady and the tramp table here as an extra detail. My home stayed mostly where it had been, but I made it part of a little shopping area with the restaurant, while building an outdoor eating area. I turned my Central Park area into a sitting area with the clock towers to look more like a main street-like vibe in my city core plaza. Finally, I have the boutique, Tiana's Palace and Scrooge's shop all on this side to make a nice little storefront in my city. I still have easy access to all the mining nodes as well. I've now made more progress with my peaceful meadow build, which was inspired by Opal's video. I am going for a city park-like build to continue from my plaza. I have my outdoor stations all here at the base of the grand staircases for easy access. I like how natural everything looks, and how continuous it is, with the plaza looking like one mega build instead of two. With the Partners Fountain as the focal point here, I like how much like a big city neighborhood here at this end of. The apartments and stores make a nice road here next to the large ponds that looks like a nice decoration for the residents to see from their homes. I have the wheat garden here for now so I can harvest more since I was running low in my stock. It won't be staying forever since I was thinking of turning one of my floating island into a farm area for all my resources when necessary. I'm working on a little sitting area here for couples to go on dates, but for now it is a work in progress. I still haven't figured out what I'm doing with this side yet, but I have finished lining this little pond and making a mirror area like the other side for my center path. Daisy and Goofy line this side of the meadow as neighbors to make a nice little street that leads to the glade. In the back corner where I had Mulan, I am now building a park around the gazebo, though much work has been done yet. Lastly, I have Mickey and Minnie as neighbors still and the new Halloween gazebo between them to make a nice little date spot for them. I wish we had just a normal gazebo to use, but this one works very well for the build. Apparently we're starting off by meeting my favorite Disney prince, while entering my Dazzle Beach tour, which just makes me so happy, and yes, Ariel is my favorite princess, in case you were wondering. You probably weren't, but there you go. Anyways, I have finished my boardwalk and am still lining the path with the bamboo fence and the orange lamps. I just don't have enough yet to place in. At this end of the beach, I have Ariel's castle and Eric's ship, because they just go together so well, and as much as I love Ariel I don't really like her castle, so I'm trying to hide it back. From the open area here on the beach, I was planning on just leaving it the way it is, but I don't know yet. I still have Eric here near the hidden cave and have left more room around the castle, because I thought it should be able to get around it, as you saw with Oswald here. I left the pillars here on the island in front of Skull Rock, because I like the way it looks. Speaking of which, I'm excited that we finally know something mostly likely Peter Pan related is going to be happening with Skull Rock next summer.
Boy, howdy! This place is nifty.
Following the boardwalk, I have a path that leads to the cave and around to the next part of the beach. We have Moana and Donald over here together with Maui over by Skull Rock. Donald now finally has the sitting area I was always planning on giving him. I left an open area here so I can reach the fishing spots, and so I can get around the beach a bit easier. This side hasn't changed much other than me adding the fence to line the boardwalk. Stitch is still here with the flowers like he has been since I started the series. As you can see, my forest of Valor is still the park I have had since the first video in the series. I have changed the pathing a little bit to make it flow a little better and look a little more consistent. This is still my favorite biome, though the new layout of the plaza is a close second, but that's beside the point. I still have Goofus stall here, and now a bunch of trees surrounding it, because I don't know what else to do with this space, so this is what I've got. Across the way, I have Buzz's campground, with the end of summer items to help make it look more cozy, though I have added more to make it look like a woodsy area, as well as a campground. At the top of the biome, I have Rapunzel's hideaway, with a painting area nearby, that I haven't figured out whether I am going to set up the painting class she wanted or leave it as is.
I'm so glad you're my friend.
I have my little picnic spot here for couples, but mostly Kristoff and Anna. And on the other side, I have my flower area, for easy searching for them in the mornings to get the dried flowers. I still have my little town here that I love so much, based of Nora's build. I love how natural this area is, if not the fact that it is a little crowded. Across the way, I have the Halloween cottage to add a little more life to the natural area I have on the other side of the river. I am still working on Elsa's area here, trying to make it look as nice as I can, since I still don't like the fact that she lives in a cave. They did her so dirty with this. Lastly, I have my Beauty and the Beast build, but still haven't made very much progress, because I have no idea what I want to do with this spot. I still haven't done very much with my Frosted Heights aside from laying more paths down, because I'm not sure what I want to do. But when I get more space with the floating islands, I might build a Christmas town here so I always have a Christmas area all year round, but we'll see when the time comes. I finally got the last of the element stones, so they now all line the cave here, and I like how this looks so far. Everything else from this side has remained the same from my multiplayer hub to the stalls. Of course, I still have the ice rink build based off Elsirane's build. The garden side of my glade hasn't really changed all that much from before, but I have been working more on laying the path down. I still have my hidden well with the flowers, as you can see with the beast.
About this place.
I started swapping out the stone walls with the dark iron fence. I forget what it's actually called at the moment. It will probably come to me after this video is done, knowing me to line Ursula's area. I think it looks much better, and makes the space look larger than it is. Where my orchard used to be, I have now built a small town that was inspired by Elsirane's video. I placed the houses I like, but have nowhere else they work along with Tiana's house. I made sure that I could reach all the mining nodes, so you can actually walk behind every house. But it doesn't look like it from the front, which I love so much. As of now, there is nothing here in this back corner, because I moved Tiana back up to the little town build and have yet to decide what I want to do with this space.
You are cute and fluffy like this.
I put Mulan down here in this part of the glade thinking I had more room than I actually did, so this is a very crowded build and I plan to move it soon, but this is what I have right now. I have this whole area for Goofy's stall, which I am still trying to think of something to do with the rest of it. As a side note, I am glad that I see characters fishing that I had never seen before, even though they were supposed to like Elsa here. And I have also started getting conversations between the Owl characters and Valley characters, which makes me so happy. So far, I have only had a few like between Merlin and Rapunzel and Eve and Wall-E. I hope to see more in the future. Anyways, I am still working on the path leading from one end of the glade to the other. Also, I really need to make more flower boxes. My sunlit plateau is the second most changed biomes since I decided to move the theme park over to the Isle instead of here. So I turned this place into an orchard with the Hercules arches to line the entrance and make a beautiful focal point here that I really like. I turned the elephant graveyard into a flower garden with the Dreamlight tree and Goofy stall here, with the bamboo trees to hide the bones, because I don't want to see those every time I come through. I put a cute little sitting area here for everyone when they want to rest after walking around the orchard or want to get out of the sun. And then, as I said, this side of the plateau is now an orchard, though I am still figuring out the exact layout. The other side is still my Pride lands. I am just trying to figure out how to make the whole thing work in general. The Forgotten Lands is another biome that has changed significantly since I started this series, but I love this new ruins look I have going here. I turned the area around the pond here into a kind of sitting area, with a little garden hidden on the other side of the wall. I like this ruins pathway that I have here. It looks simple, but like this is actually a forgotten place. Sorry, bad pun, moving on. In the middle part here, where the treehouse is, I started building my Halloween Town area. I haven't done a whole lot yet since I am trying to get the walls laid down first since I want to know how much space I will have left. I placed the Witchwy cottage in the back corner where I originally had Jack's house, to make it look more interesting, and the garden next to it. I still have Fairy Godmother's house here with the Dreamlight tree next to it. I have been working on the fencing around them. I just need to finish the paths too.
I'm hoping that soon I can be part of your world.
As you can see, my Ancients Landing has changed into a theme park. I was inspired by Lainey Faye's video. She did such an amazing job, and I did borrow a few ideas from her video, but I am building my own theme park here. The middle part here is supposed to be like the food court and games area with the confectionery and restaurant. I put the Toon Fountain here because I thought it fit the build really well. On the island to the cave where we got the spark of inspiration, I placed Woody's house and the Ferris wheel, but don't know what else I'm going to do over there. In case I forgot to say, I placed the Jungle Cruise and Steamboat Willie boats on the docks by the entrance as rides. You'll probably notice that the rides are kind of just thrown around right now, because I don't know how I want to lay them right now. So I'm just testing to see how it works, and if you guys have any suggestions, please let me know. Lastly, I still have Eve and Wally up here to build a little hidden garden space for them. But I am not sure if I'm keeping this. We'll see as time goes on. The courtyard has also changed a lot. As much as I loved the hedge maze I had here, I just couldn't get it to work. After seeing the downtown build by New Name, I was inspired to do my own. This is what I have so far. It might be a little much, but I like how the build is coming together so far, and I think it will look great once I get it all done.
Why, I couldn't have created a lovelier day myself.
The Glittering Dunes is now Arabian Market, that I based off Blossom Joy Gaming's video. I like that it still looks natural while also becoming a market. I followed the video Blossom Joy posted to some extent, but at the same time, I'm trying to put my own spin on everything.
I'm having a pretty good day.
This part doesn't really have anything other than Scar and Vanellope's houses, but as I said in the intro that I will be moving them to floating islands once I am able, but for now I'm leaving them here.
Sheesh, this place is bonkers. Living here is wonderful. I'm having such a good time.
Where I had my city build originally is just an empty space until I decide what to do with it. Also, I just want to say that I'm not really happy with the fact that Jaffa ended up getting the castle as his home. It just doesn't really sit well with me, but that's the way it is. As said before, I've based the top part of the oasis off the Decorista's vineyard, but still haven't gotten very far in the build.
Mother knows best. Don't forget, dear.
The bottom part, however, I made as a little hideaway for Merlin's house, because I thought it worked for his home. I like how it looks so far and I may or may not keep it.
All the sun and I'm not even breaking a sweat.
And now we have my wild tangle. The first part, one tried to make into a forest area, with Goofus stalk kind of hidden away inside to fill in this space that just seemed so empty to me when I first came through.
Sunshine, check. All right, everyone, let's enjoy ourselves a drink.
My beauty.
Across the bridge, I have my owl orchard with the casita in the background, to look like the family take care of the orchard. I think it works pretty well, and is something I hope comes together when I finish. Up the hill is my triangle cabin build that I based off I'm Not Dead Yet. Is a simple, but cute build and fills this space in a good way.
Keep believing in yourself, and wonderful things are sure to happen.
If you see Moana, tell her Maui says you're welcome.
Lastly, down here in the lagoon I have my Chinatown build. I haven't really built very much on it since I started it, but it looks pretty good. Anyways, thank you so much for joining me and I hope to see you in the next video. Until next time, byes.